Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again. So, I want to share something a little bit more on a personal level, much like some of the previous videos I used to do last year. And the reason I want to share this is because it's an example of healing, it's an example of um, mirrors, and it'll help maybe some people who can apply it to themselves to understand how to um, how to integrate relationship interactions and the people that you meet, how to integrate that into your own healing. So I've had a long, well, I feel it's a long history of relationships, one after the next, and um, I always go in with good intentions. I always feel like, okay, this might be it, yay, and then it's not it. Um, so, so I feel like what's happened in the last few months and maybe even the past year was I was directly being exposed to people with very similar patterns. And this has occurred as well throughout all the times I've had relationships. But what happened was it was like um, every single person that came one after the next, like in not even relationships, just people I'd meet would have a similar issue, and I was like, what is going on here? um, so I could go into a little bit of a past relationship where the person um, definitely had some traumas, and then a lot of relationships as well, a lot of partners. And then I was with the person and I was exposed to that kind of trauma that I like by hearing it. Like I was like, okay, now I know someone personally who's had this kind of, it was a sexual trauma. And then I would notice like, um, yeah, so I would notice as well that after that ended, let's say this year, if I were to be with anyone, like try to date someone, they'd have an addiction. And so and it didn't have to be the same addiction, but it was very weird because I've been with people in the past that didn't really have addictions. And so one, I came across severe smoking addiction, and then another one, sex addiction, and then another, like, I mean, and then people I didn't even date, just having different kinds of addictions, like alcohol. And then, maybe another one was sex addiction. It's just people I would meet. And I was starting to question things. Before like it repeated itself, I was focused on one particular person, and I'm trying to understand what it was trying to teach me. And as much as I was warned by people to stay away from this person, I was still very much trying to understand what it was trying to teach me, because he definitely had some sociopathic tendencies, and it was of a low vibration in my eyes. I mean, but I also saw lots of good there. However, there was a severe history of sex addiction, and um, for whatever reason, I was willing to try to let this person into my life because I was seeing the other side. And although there was a lot of illness there, intuitively I could feel it. There was a part of me that was like, there's something here that I need to understand. And I think there's a lesson for me. And so several times I would try and get to know this person for days at a time. And this was just like a few months ago. And it made me develop a level of self-respect that I don't know if I've ever had. And through 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 that, I had to understand something about myself, which was, what is the addiction that I have? Like, first of all, why did I attract so many in a row? One that used to have issues with being with different women and having a sexual trauma. And then why did I suddenly attract like a bunch in a row within a span of 3 months? Not that I was in a relationship with them, but it could have been if I allowed it, right? And I was like, okay, so they must be mirroring something I haven't healed yet, an addiction within me. And the only thing that made sense to me was the relationship addiction, needing to be in a relationship. And so the more I thought about it, and the more people I would encounter, like even clients like with sexual traumas, and it was just in my face, you know. And I was like, okay, I can't ignore this. I cannot ignore this. And so I decided to take a step back and just look at myself. And perhaps I needed the most obvious kind of addiction in my face, because I'm not one that just does things like that and just I value intimacy. So for me, it's like, why am I attracting people with this kind of addiction? Like, I don't have that. But then I realized it wasn't about that. It was about healing whatever addictions I haven't healed yet. So I also noticed I was draining myself trying to fix the person who had these issues, and even the relationship. Like, you know, before that, I was always trying to push and push for the person to be better and healthier, and I realized, you know what, I'm done, and that's not my responsibility. And I also realized that a person cannot withhold a certain kind of demeanor with another person for very long if they haven't healed what they need to heal. And so that's why I allowed certain amounts of exposure to this particular person. And then I realized, no, one, I was trying to help the person to heal, and two, there was no indication to me that there was any kind of understanding of the amount of healing that needed to be done. Like, it was like by far, like there was some complete disconnect within that person, like a denial. And even though the words would come out, oh no, I want to be better, there was a complete denial subconsciously, or even maybe consciously, that anything was really that wrong. And so I chose to remove this person from my life because I realized it was just going to drain me. Another thing it mirrored back, though, was my own denial. Because I would say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then, you know, go back online dating. And then I get into another little mess because I was going on for the wrong reasons. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, this person hurt me. I feel lonely. And that's what would lead me into these next things, right? It was because I would be going in there with a feeling of like emptiness or this or that. And it's now come to a point where I know that even if like I have some sort of a profile online, even having it be seen is draining my energy without me knowing who's seeing it or how many times they see it. Or there's this level of I'm getting drained by it. So I had to delete everything from these websites. One website. And so that was like interesting, the shift that I made, because I realized I don't want any of it. Like I had made a decision already that I really want someone who's healthy. But see, I would put it out there verbally in writing. You need to be like, you need to understand how to be awake and understand how to heal yourself. Like, you need to be aware at the very least and wanting to be better. The issue was I'd put that out there, but I'd attract these kinds of people. And I was like, what is going on? And it's because I didn't actually heal that part of me that needed healing. So it was like me kind of projecting into the future of like, I want that. But if I'm not there, then I'm just going to keep drawing in these people with various addictions. And so now what's happened is I've completely like 180. I'm a 180. Like, I have no desire to have, I don't want to say all male energy, but a particular kind of male energy. And I know exactly what it feels like because it would be someone who doesn't have pure intentions. They are trying to, pull at something or take something, and they're there for selfish reasons. That's the kind of male energy. And I'm not saying it's only men, it could be women too. So I'm very, like, now it's like almost, woo, I can feel, I mean, I've always felt things, but now I have like a lot more self respect to know, okay, you're not allowed into my life because so and so. And through this whole, I hate the word quarantine, but through this, it's given me the space to realize that I'm okay. And I'm even, if anything, I'm better off by myself. And I know this is a reality for a lot of people who stop looking and they stop, I don't know if they stop caring, but they stop looking. They don't make it a priority anymore. And then the person just shows up. But that's because they've healed something in them. Like there was a neediness there. There was a part of them that was like, where's this person? Where's my partner? Where are they? Where are they? And then they would just keep drawing in like something unhealthy, right? So when you come into this feeling of inner completion within yourself, like an inner peace, a knowing that everything will work out fine, a knowing that you are whole. And I understand we all need some like companionship. We need the intimacy. We need, it's nice to have that person, but it's better to be alone than to be with a person who's just as wounded as you, if not even more wounded. So I've never been in this place before. I can tell you that much. It's a foreign place to be, very foreign. I'm focusing on different things. Like I have more energy because I was so drained, and all my creative energy was just gone for so long. Probably since December or earlier than that. A lot of my creative energy just disappeared. And so I needed, like, it's like the universe is like, here's another one with a similar problem, and another one with a similar problem, and another one with like, and it was like I don't know, just a factory line, like, so just being, I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean? They're coming all in a row. And it was just really interesting. So it's like I needed that push, like an extreme push to draw in a type of person that I've never, ever had, like interacted with in my life, to push me over the edge, to realize, oh, I'm not healthy enough yet to have that kind of healthy person, right? So, unless you come to that space of inner peace, like just this knowing and a self-respect. It has to be like so clear, like this inner respect that just you love yourself so much that you will not give up any of your self-worth, any of your energy. And what every interaction takes energy, but if you feel drained after it, question it. Something's not quite right there, and you need to learn a lesson probably. Maybe you need to interact with that person a little bit longer to get the lesson. That's okay. That is totally fine. But I'm telling you right now, it's not worth giving up a part of you to have someone in your life at all. The completion, the peace has to be there. It's like a complete, we are complete. It's just we don't think we are. All right? And I'm not saying we don't need human interaction, because we do. It's just you need to come from the right place. You need to be full inside you. A lot of people understand this, but they don't actually get it. Like, there's a difference between logic understanding. Like, I understand these concepts that, oh, self-love, yes, I have to be self-love. But if you don't feel it, like truly, like really strong, you're going to keep getting the lessons over and over until you're like, oh my God, I feel it. That's what happened to me. Get it? I got it, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it here. So now I get it here. I'm important. Okay? I'm important to myself. I don't need someone else to shower me with, I don't know if it's real love, attention, to make myself feel like I'm important. This is a challenge for so many people, like so many. And I don't know if we just need to make these, this is why we have relationships, is to evolve and grow. They help us, right? But I just came to this point where I'm like, okay, I got it. I actually got it now. So I just want to say there's hope, but you might need more lessons. That's all, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Any conflict, any difficulties in any relationship, learn. There's a lesson there. They want to teach you something. They don't know they're teaching you, but they are teaching you. Have gratitude for that person that showed up. Send them love. Even if they completely made you upset, at the end of the day, they're just another soul. Having their experience, there was an intersection of energies there. Like, you literally needed to meet that person at that particular time. It was a plan for your soul to evolve. There's no mistakes. Even online dating, it's just another it's another way for souls to meet, but with these contracts. It's like, even if it's just a fleeting 1 week meeting of, or a few dates, but if there's like a shift just from that meeting, then you need to know that that was a contract, like that was like meant to be, So I think that's all I want to say right now about that. So if you're struggling with this kind of lack of self-love, looking always externally for love, not understanding it, but not feeling it, not getting it, because you keep running into the same problem over and over, and you keep attracting the same person over and over in different bodies, then just trust that you will eventually get it. Some get it sooner than later. But if you do need help, most of what I do is spiritual therapy and energy work with people. And a lot of it can be healed a little faster than, if you do it on your own. It really depends if you're ready. If you want help to heal this particular thing, you need to want it. You need to be ready for it. You need to, it's like you just know. That's it. You just know, and it's like then the teacher appears. That's usually how it works. You could be your own teacher. You might have enough experiences like I did to pull myself out. Um, Actually, it was also the people I met. They were my teachers too. So what I'm saying is, like, you can get help from someone who knows how to guide you into a space where like it's even more easy to get to that place of feeling complete within yourself. So I'm always here. I do online consults. I'm around. You just have to contact me. My website will be in the bottom of the video, revitalizelife.ca. So if you feel called to it, just let me know. So thanks for listening. It's a little vulnerable, but it had to get out of me. For some reason, it was brewing the last few days. I was like, okay, this has to come out because I had this aha moment. It's like, oh, that's why I met all those people. Okay. Love, light, and health to you. Namaste.